fair warning, if I disappear, my internet probably went out, because knowing my luck right now.
Sure, totally fair. Okay, let's get rid of that text on screen. No, I said let's get rid of that text on screen. Okay, no, I said let's get rid of that text on screen, virtual desktop.
Like grabbing straws all over again.
You're not wrong at all. Okay, I might not just be able to get rid of the stuff on screen. Let me see here. So, hi everyone, we are live as I am in the middle of trying to get rid of text on my damn screen. Hi Todoroki, hello. You guys can't see me waving my hands because I'm in virtual desktop and I'm futzing with things, and I apologize. Okay. That's totally fair. Maybe? No, I'm wrong. Perfect. Okay, well, let's try it this way. Will this way work? No! Okay. Wait, I'm being silly. I can do this. I'll have to add it back later, but I can just delete it. That works. Perfect. Okay. Hi, Tidisu. Hi, Chotter. Hello. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2 of the formerly known as Unknown Named Reddit show, and now known as Tylon's Bark-Cade. Spark like dog dash Cade. I apparently really like the Bark-Cade name, so I'm going to use that for multiple things, just with different spellings and connotations and meanings. So, welcome. We are joined by two guys who I'm very lucky to call very good friends, and who I love dearly. The hosts of the lovely, definitely not a popular podcast. We have the ever lovely Sod/pause button. Hello. And we have the ever lovely Punk.
Hi.
Hello. I hope everyone is doing really well. And yes, I'm only going to be reading the comments on the live for the next 2 minutes. Yeah, Silent, we do got to come up with an intro reel. I'll have to make something at some point. I don't know. Put that cinematography class that I went to college for a whole 4 years for to actual use or whatever. But yeah. And yes, Serial, it's the three of us. So, our theme for today is Am I the Asshole? These are going to be lighter stories than we had last time. These are just going to be, people who probably, I don't know, instead of understanding whether what they are doing or not doing makes them the asshole, they decide to ask the internet at large, which is something that I am far too terrified to ever do for any of my life decisions. That is a hard pass.
Mm-hmm.
I think our audio is low. I just saw
our audio?
Something about audio needs to go up.
Audio room needs to go up for the guests. Perfect. I can fix that.
Hi,
Uno.
Happy birthday, C-Pants.
Momento.
Happy birthday, C-Pants.
Yeah, happy birthday. We're excited to hang out later, because your birthday party is at 6 p.m. PST, which means Fidget and I will be totally free.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm excited. Especially, I do not get to hang out with C-Pants often enough, so I'm very excited. Okay. Primary speaker. Volume up. Bit more. Okay, now you guys should be very audible.
Okay. Hello. Testing.
Yes.
Gucci in the Louis Vuitton store?
Gucci in the Louis Vuitton store. Yeah, Sod, can you please try speaking so we can see your volume? Uh-oh. Did Sod die? Uh-oh.
No. I don't know. Oh no. Whoa!
Oh no.
First casualty.
Also, thank you for the follow, Dr. Stiff Nipples. Oh my god.
He used to be my doctor, years ago. Highly recommend.
Highly recommend Dr. Stiff Nipples. Got it.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. Got it.
He's always excited to see you.
Always so excited. Okay.
I think Saw did die.
Okay. And if he did, that is A-okay. We can sit and we can talk for a minute while he gets back in here. In the meantime, I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream earlier today, and stuff. I will be.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
We're back.
Welcome,
Thank God. Thank
welcome back. Right, perfect.
What happened?
God. Something went dark, and then everything went weird. You know, typical experience. I think if there's anyone that knows this environment, everything's going to break at some point. There's a reason we started 30 minutes late. It's all good. We
Yup.
just roll with it.
Yeah.
100%.
Am I the asshole for disappearing mid-conversation? That's the real question.
Well, apparently you're like hovering right now. So
Listen, my butt's the asshole. Wait, that makes sense though.
Oh,
that does make
yeah.
sense.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Okay, so with all that said, are you guys ready for our first story?
Yes.
Okay.
Much as I ever can. Wait. Are these furry related or general asshole related?
These are general asshole related. Until
Okay.
for now, probably for a little while, we'll just be pulling generalized ones. Mainly just because, like, you know, we have our lovely Silent who started the furry Am I the Asshole subreddit. And until that starts picking up traction and stuff like that with furry related stories to pull from, we'll be pulling general. If we can find furry, like just furry related stories in the general Am I the Asshole, we'll probably look for those often. But for now, we're just going generalized.
Hell yeah. Dope. I'm
Dope.
ready. I'm locked
Yes.
in.
Perfect. So something else I want us to do. I'm going to read the title. I want to know, right off the gate, do we think the person is an asshole just based off the title of the Reddit post? I want to know how right we're going to be by the end.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm down
Alright.
for that.
So, our first story in Am I the Asshole posted 1 day ago. Am I
Oh
the
my God.
asshole for refusing to give my concert ticket to my sister after our dog had a medical emergency? I am going to say not the asshole right off the gate, but I am curious.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's just I'm curious. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, well, one, it depends on what the concert is, and two, like, is the dog okay?
Are they any good? That's the real thing.
Like,
Are
yeah.
is it worth
boys?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Death
is
Cab
it-
for cutie. What's happening? Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
The real
exactly.
questions.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get into it. My 17F favorite artist announced a rare tour 6 months ago. I worked extra shifts at my job to save up $200 for a single really good ticket. My sister, 20, didn't want to go at the time, so she didn't buy one. Last week, our family's dog suddenly got very sick and needed emergency surgery. The vet bill was $1,500. My parents wouldn't cover the full amount on such short notice. Okay, one, fuck your parents. Like, they wouldn't cover it. They're just like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
No thanks. Like,
Yeah.
okay, off to a good start with the parents. All right, cool. She stepped up and paid $600 out of her personal savings to cover the gap so he could get the surgery immediately. It was a super generous thing to do, and it wiped out most of her savings. Okay. The day before the concert, she came to me upset. She said that because she spent her savings saving the dog, she felt like she was being punished by missing out on life while I got to go enjoy a big event. Okay. So you did a nice thing. You saved the dog. You took your own savings to save the family dog. That's so nice of you. To then immediately be like, I spent all my savings saving the dog. Where's my good karma? Where's my... That's the exact vibe I'm getting, is you're just like, I should be rewarded for doing this nice thing. Where is it? Give it to me.
The dog didn't die? I mean, that's
Yeah,
the karma, I guess.
Yeah, there's your reward. You saved the dog. You get
Right,
to still
yeah,
have a
exactly.
family dog.
So wait,
Yeah.
the person telling the story, they bought the concert ticket themselves. It was the sister who joined in and helped out with the payment, with the funds for this there. But they
Yes.
never expressed wanting to go to the concert. They
Yes.
never at any point were just like, this is also my favorite band. This is just them being upset over...
Yeah, at the beginning it says, my sister didn't want to go at the time, so she didn't buy a ticket. Which, from the sounds of it,
Okay.
she had plenty enough to have bought a ticket. So, like, it sounds like she absolutely could have, but she was like, nah, I don't want to. Okay. She asked me to sell my concert ticket and give her the $200 cash to replenish part of what she spent on the dog. Okay, so the sister's just making it worse and worse. Like, I did a good deed by
Yeah.
saving the dog. You have to give up the thing that you want to do. So that, like, not even like so I can go to the concert. She's literally just like, you owe me $200, give up the concert so I can have that money back. Like, okay. Oh, wait, okay, hold on. Now that I've read the next sentence.
Oh,
Alternatively, she asked if she could just take my ticket and go to the concert instead of me as a reward for saving the dog, saying I owed her for stepping up when I couldn't afford to contribute to the vet bill.
what?
Okay. Thoughts, opinions? I'm both of
Yeah.
all three of us are throwing out some flabbergasted hand motions here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, one. What about the parents again? Where were they?
Yup.
Yeah, they should have stepped up. Also, whose dog is it? Like everyone's dog? Is it like the sister's dog? Like who's?
Yeah, they're
prime
explaining
owner?
it as the family dog. Like it's everyone's dog. I'm assuming they still all live
Okay.
under the same roof. They are
Yeah.
a unit, and it's the family dog. So yeah, to say I did this nice thing and saved the family dog, you give up the thing you're excited for because I saved the family dog is more than a little insane.
Oh yeah, no, fully. I would have been like, no, you did that. That was your own doing. I'm going to go enjoy myself, and you can hang out with the dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come
Right.
on, make your own concert.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of thing where it's like life is worth living there. And so, as much as these things happen over here, it sounds like no one is destitute. It sounds like no one's missing rent. It sounds like these are not pressing issues at the time that they needed this for. So, like, I understand where the person's coming from, but this, ipso facto, give me something because I did this one thing here, especially under such short time notice, it
Yeah.
feels very selfish. Like, yeah, they did a wonderful thing, they did a great thing. This need for John Lennon style instant karma, I don't think that is necessarily the way to go about it personally. Like, it's
No.
like, yeah, there's grace and decorum, and as much as they feel they are entitled, I don't think they're handling this in a way that it makes emotional sense.
Oh goodness, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I told my sister I was incredibly grateful for what she did, but one, I couldn't afford to contribute to the bill because I'm younger. Again, the writer is 17 and make minimum wage. And depending on where you are in the U.S., minimum wage is still as low as like $7.25. So
Yeah.
a lot of sense. Two, selling my ticket or giving it away meant forfeiting an event I had planned and worked for half a year to attend. Also fair. Her decision to pay for the dog was amazing, but it shouldn't mean I have to sacrifice something I earned entirely on my own. All very good points. Like,
Yeah.
the way the sister is acting is making it sound like she spent the money to save the dog, literally expecting the family to reward her for it. Like, that was a generalized expectation that she had. It was not a, oh my god, I want the dog to live and I want to help out. It's, I'm going to do this, and my parents and my sister are going to do things for me now. And absolutely not okay.
It reads a reciprocal altruism. It is doing something nice for the sole and explicit purpose of being rewarded for it or being acknowledged for it.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
That's what it reads as there. Not doing something selfless. Not doing something genuinely to help out. It is like, I'll do this with the insistence that I be rewarded, that I be respected, that like all this other stuff there. And I think that, that's not a great mindset. I don't think it's the most toxic thing in the world. They're still doing nice things, but if you're doing nice things with the sole and explicit purpose of, well, this is how I gain leverage, this is how I gain foothold, this is how I get my just desserts and rewards, baby, that's not a good dessert. All right, that's stale. Like at that point, if it's just begrudgingly given to you, right? Yeah,
like congratulations, your family has rewarded you. However, you know that little thing in the corner of a Fallout game where it says your parents will remember that? yeah, your parents and sister will remember that, dog. Like, and not in a good way.
Everyone disliked that, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Fidget sitting here just asked, like, why couldn't the parents pay for it again? And yeah, that's my thing too. Like, again, we don't know their total financial situation or whatever, but they do say that the parents would not cover that on such short notice. And that does make me wonder if, like, hey, are you guys, the children, helping your parents cover rent for the household and stuff like that? Is it something where your parents were like, hey, us on our own, we can't cover that? So unless you guys can chip in or whatever, the dog's not going to make it. But that's not said anywhere.
So, and also, I'll just say right now, I am so curious to know what the rest of the comment reactions are to this, because I have a feeling they're probably going to align with us. I'm sure there'll be a couple there, but I just imagine the weight is like 80-20 or something like that in favor of the poster.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I think so too.
Oh, 100%. Not even 80. Damn. All right, cool.
Yeah, I just want to know what band they were going to see.
Yeah, honestly, same.
So, limited tour reunion. I'm thinking My Chemical Romance. That's what comes off the top of my head.
That's what I'm thinking. Although
I could see that.
$200 for that, I feel like that's still nosebleeds.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah, that's a good point. But okay, let's finish this up. She started fretting, saying, I was ungrateful and heartless, especially since he is our dog, not just hers. My parents agree that she made a huge sacrifice for the whole family, and they think I'm being selfish for prioritizing a fun night out over helping my sister recover from a family emergency. Oh, cool. So your sister now also has the, she will remember this thing in her head. Okay. They aren't forcing me to hand over the ticket, but they've been giving me the silent treatment, saying it's a matter of empathy.
Oh my god.
Edit. So there's an edit from the poster. I'd like to add that I rarely ever go to a concert. Not even that. This is my second concert in 4 years, and the second concert of my life, nonetheless. I feel pretty guilty for attending it now, but I do have certain funds I have been collecting to purchase this camera for my birthday. Wait, hold on. Okay, camera. I usually go about it this way. If it's an expensive purchase I want, I save and get it myself. But I suppose that camera isn't all that important. Where'd the camera come from? Maybe she feels bad that she gave up lots of her money and I didn't have to. I mean, I didn't even have much. I think I could have managed around 300 to give her. I wouldn't have felt so bad then. I've been getting plenty of biting remarks from my parents for my decision to go. Okay, so I don't know what the camera bit is. I don't know where that factors into anything. It sounds like she's also saving for a camera on top of this concert, and she was debating on, like, I could have given her the money that I'm using to save for this camera or whatever. But holy shit. Okay, so that, to me, that's an immediate, you're not the asshole. You saved up your money for this. Yeah. You bought the ticket. It's already there. It's already reserved. Emergency happened. Someone stepped in and covered it. They did a great thing. The whole point of someone stepping in and covering something like that is so that other people don't have to. If someone steps in and does that, then that is a sign that they're like, hey, I want to take care of this. Please let me handle it.
Agreed.
It should not be, right. I'm going to take care of this. You guys owe me later. Like, I want these things. You give up what you're doing and give me the money back, or you let me take this fun thing that you already had planned because I did a good thing. Absolutely not. No, not the asshole.
Altruism.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
full agree. This whole camera thing on the side, like, the one thing is at the concert, like, again, you know, did you ever see the show Arcane on Netflix, the one based off of the League of Legends?
No, I've heard very good things about it, though.
It is an incredible show. It is genuinely, I've never played a single second of League of Legends. It is an absolutely astonishing show.
Lucky
I know
you.
Novolama also cites it as one of his favorites. And one of the things they talk about there is that, like, it's not enough for people to survive. People need the means to thrive as well. Yep. And that is, I think, something that's very, important. Yes, tragedy and things like this happen every once in a while, but also you need to live. You need to have memories. You need to have worthwhile experiences. It's not enough just to live, build a build, or anything else else like that. So in my mind, them saving up for this concert ticket and them saving up for this camera as well. The camera, that's the red herring over there. And I think they acknowledge the fact that like the camera, this is not time sensitive. They can purchase it in 6 months. They can purchase it in a year. They're not applying for photography school. They're not a VRC photographer like Punk is. You know, that can happen later on down the line. But this concert ticket, this is one band. This is something that was very meaningful to them. It is one shot, maybe the last chance they get it. To me, that makes a lot of sense. To me, I don't think that they are being an asshole by still going to attend this. And I think that them giving them grief over this after everything that happened, like it, and I think the biggest thing I'll say is that the point that is making especially the sister seem like the actual asshole here is that either give me the money, sell the ticket, or let me go in place. When you have that loose of a connection to it, that means you don't actually care. You just want what's coming to you. And so that's why, like, oh, this is your favorite band. I guess I could also go. Like, it's just like, what would the joy be in that? The only joy would be in whatever self-realization or self-actualization of the help I gave earlier was. Like, no. Everyone else is the asshole. That's my verdict. I don't need to hear any other details. I think.
I fully agree. Couple of the comments. Couple comments. OP, do not give up your ticket. Go to that concert and enjoy the hell out of it, not the asshole.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The only fair thing to do is send the dog to the concert. Also agree.
That's good. I like that. It's actually the Baja Men, who let the dogs out for the rare comeback tour. It's actually fantastic.
Honestly. So if you hadn't had those tickets, would she have demanded your liver instead? Isn't that the family dog? Why are you responsible? I don't get her thinking. She did a good thing by donating and then became the asshole for expecting a reward. Yes, 100% agreeing with everything we've been saying. Like, absolutely wouldn't have been an asshole if it weren't for the fact that she was like, hey, you owe me now. Like, I want your concert ticket or your money. Like, you owe me for saving the dog that is also my dog. Like, which is just insane. Not the asshole, you're a minor. It's not your job to pay for family expenses. Also fair. Now that I think about that, especially too, age related, they're the minor of the household. It is not on them to take care of family expenses. That is on the parents. And if the older sister is still living under that roof, I don't know how I feel about the whole once you turn 18, if you're still under your parents' roof, like they charge you rent and stuff like that. But it's like you are technically an adult in the eyes of the law living in this household. It could be expected of you to help out with household costs. Taking care of the family dog, which belongs to everyone in the household, could 100% be seen as like you playing your part and taking care of the household. Like the minor, I do not think has any factor in that. You are still a minor. You are working a minimum wage job. You absolutely not. You have no matter in that, I guess.
At least I know that with that entire family, we know the definitive answer of who let the dogs out of critical care, and it was them. I think that's very helpful, helpful to know. Exactly. Yeah,
that's a very good point. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so and the more I scroll through the comments, it is just agreed everywhere. Everyone's just not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. Like you've done literally nothing wrong. Like your sister is here's a good one. Your sister doesn't want to recover financially. All she wants is your concert ticket.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if she wanted to recover financially, she would have gone to the parents who have more money and said, is there a way you guys can pay me back for helping take care of the family dog? The fact that she gave the option of like, sell your ticket, give me the money, or just let me go instead. This is telling me the sister did not account for like, shit, I kind of want to go to that concert. I did this nice thing. I can coerce her into giving me the ticket for the concert. Like, that is 100%.
And it's also, and I think the worst part is that they even had to post this. The fact that they are like, this feels like the most genuine ask of "Am I the asshole?" like in the world, because all they're getting around them is just people saying, "No, you're bad. How dare you?" kind of thing. So it's kind of sad that they have to kind of resort to internet comments and, of course, internet rabbit fox wolf. The definitive answer for getting down to the bottom of this. But profoundly, like it just sucks they're in the environment. So I hope this empowers them to be like, it's not, even though everything in your IRL life is showing you this, the rest of the world were on your side. So hopefully that helps. And I hope that we actually were correct in this My Chemical Romance. It's not like, some shit band.
Honestly,
they got
yeah.
the reunited Creed at long last.
Yeah, freaking. I'm trying to think. Who was it? I'm trying to think of a really crap band.
Nickelback.
Nickelback. Oh,
I mean,
$200 would be front row for a
Vanilla
Nickelback
Ice.
concert. Exactly.
Vanilla
Yeah,
Ice
100%.
back in.
Listen, Vanilla Ice's later material was interesting and deep.
Interesting is a strong
I'm
word.
just waiting for the. I'm waiting for
Listen,
the
I came to see the ninja
post
rap.
now.
That's all I'm hoping to get. Okay, listen. We all love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze.
True. Also, you're not wrong, Punk. Part of me really hopes that maybe the sister made a post on Reddit that's like, am I the asshole for demanding my sister give me her concert ticket after I spent money saving the family dog? Like,
yeah. I
would
want
love
to
to see
see
that.
what kind of like bullshit like reasoning she got her parents to believe in order to just completely like just shun the yeah. I was gonna say I want to know what she said. I want to know what she said because that is just crazy.
Honestly,
that, like the minor got the brunt of all of this, like
yeah.
pulling the Harry Potter syndrome or something. And no one likes this kid just because he wants to go see a concert.
That was my other thing too. Is that after we talk about like, oh, what did the sisters say to like get the parents on her side? That very much speaks to me of like, you already kind of have that relationship with your parents where like they're gonna take the older sister's side all the time over the younger child kind of thing. Like you are unfortunately stuck in that household
being the mature
where
one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're stuck in that household where you are a minor working a job at minimum wage, doing everything you can to literally have fun, and your older sister does a nice thing and then demands money from you, and the parents are like, hey, she's your older sister, you gotta do it. Like, that's such a shitty relationship.
I'm the only child.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, I hope they went, and I hope DJ Khaled put on the best show of their entire life. Okay,
Yeah, I'm also surprised there were no comments.
You thought there was one, but no, there's another one, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there were no comments with people like, who the hell's concert cost $200 that you went to? Literally no one asked that.
It was a big time rush. Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, Fidget and I would spend $200 to go see Big Time Rush. Like, just saying. Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Fidget plays a lot of their newer stuff whenever we're like hanging out and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, kind of a bop. Kind of slaps.
This is a Big Time Rush cover band.
Yeah. No. But we need to get. They're all furries, and we have them play MFF. It's Big Time Rough. They're dogs. Anyway.
God damn it. God. I can hear Fidget laughing from the other room the moment that you.
Well, it was a fun show, guys.
The podcast had a good run. Listen,
Yeah, I understand. Security will get you your stuff back on the way out.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Story number 2. So, for quick context, I set up right before we started the stream. 2 of the stories that Fidget had originally curated got deleted. So Fidget found 2 new ones. These are brand new. This newest one, also from Am I the Asshole, posted 22 hours ago. So this is fresh.
Absolute cinema. All right. Press.
Ooh.
Oh, this one's not even an Am I the Asshole, it's Would I Be the Asshole? So we get to weigh in on if they did the action. Okay.
It's a time paradox. Doctor Who. All right.
It is.
Ooh.
They killed Ocelot, and now they're stuck in a time paradox.
Of course,
Fun.
yeah.
Okay. Would I be the asshole if I skipped my cousin's wedding after his mom uninvited mine? The wedding is only 2 weeks away. Oh.
Okay, say that. Read that to me one more time. I need to get the mental map in my head of these relationships already.
Yeah. Would I be the asshole if I skipped my cousin's wedding after his mom uninvited mine? Wedding is 2 weeks away. So, understanding the family tree, skipping your cousin's wedding after your aunt uninvited your mom, who I'm assuming are sisters, if they are related.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically your mom's sister uninvited her from the cousin's wedding, and so you as the I'm not sure if it's son. The son is like, would I be the asshole if I skipped because my mom got uninvited from the wedding?
no matter what happens, I will just say that out the gate, the fact that uninvited is even in play, they were invited and now they are not. That is the immediate point of friction. I understand. I don't know how it's going to play out, but there is going to be a definitive answer, I think, when we get to the end. I would like to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
would skip it.
So like you're absolutely right. Now that if it was something where it was like my mom was not invited at all, like I think that would be very different.
Yeah.
Yes, because like maybe there's not friction, but maybe they just don't get along and they haven't for years or whatever, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they were invited, they probably said yes. I'm going to assume that they probably said yes. We haven't read any of it. I'm making an assumption. They probably said yes.
They had to have had those RSVPs in, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So then for something to have happened to where they said, no, even though you said yes, you're coming, even though you're my sister, your family, you're no longer welcome. That's a huge amount of friction, especially at a wedding. Like, look, I'm so glad Fidget and I's wedding was such a small thing. We got married in a cemetery, like out by my parents' place.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. Loved it. Literally just had members of like my family and then Fidget's dad and sister. Great time. Loved that. Very small thing. I'm so glad that I never have gone to a wedding or have a big enough family to warrant like friction between family members to whether or not people are going to get invited or uninvited or whatever. Oh no, what you got?
Take a guess of how many people we had at our wedding back in 2019, the year before COVID in Chicago.
Is it at least triple digits?
Yes.
200.
Oh.
It was thankfully not that. It was around 135, 140. But let me tell you, in coordinating and planning all of that, those RSVPs are important. You need to lock so much shit in right beforehand with caterers, with all these other elements that come in. And like day of, there'll be a couple no-shows. When it comes to the seating arrangements, my husband did an incredible job. Like, these people will be fun together. Let's keep this one and this one apart. Like, it's all taken care of. Like, people will mingle and interact, but like, you want to keep the peace. You want to make sure everyone has as good a time as possible. That's kind of the joy of it too. You're planning essentially as perfect a day as possible, so you need to make sure everyone is properly seen and taken care of. So when I hear 2 weeks beforehand someone's uninvited, shit went down, and I'm already wrapped. I'm already on board for the story.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very excited to get into it. So I'm looking for objective opinions because I'm conflicted about whether I should attend my cousin's wedding. I am a 31-year-old man, and my cousin is a 35-year-old man getting married in 2 weeks. The wedding is international because his fiancée is from another country. Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Ooh, okay.
I have already bought my tickets and made travel plans to attend. My cousin and I get along fine, but we aren't very close. I mean, that's fair. We've known each other for over a decade, but we've only spent meaningful time together a handful of times. We live in different countries and don't talk regularly. Here's where it gets complicated. Excuse me one moment while I tell my cat not to eat a chocolate chip cookie that's on the table. Sticks. Get away from that.
Sticks, you're being an asshole right now. I'm so sorry.
Sticks is being an asshole.
Yeah.
I just
Sticks is going to make a post.
One of my favorite things is when I say something like that, and it's okay, and I can hear Fidget across the apartment say, "Oh shit." Perfect. So, recently, my mom and my aunt, the groom's mom, got into a heated argument over something completely unrelated to the wedding. It wasn't about money, the wedding, or anything like that. I know both of them are very strong-willed people and have a history of arguing. From what I understand, I believe my aunt was wrong in the original argument. However, I wasn't there, and I don't know exactly what was said by either side. I also don't know how the conversation shifted from that argument to the wedding being brought up. At some point during the argument, my aunt told my mom not to come to the wedding. My mom is now not attending. I want to be fair because I don't know the full details. I don't know whether it was said in the heat of the moment or if my aunt genuinely meant she did not want my mom there. All I know is that my mom feels she was uninvited. Which, like, okay, if someone literally tells you don't bother coming to the wedding, I feel like that is a very strong indication that you've been uninvited to said wedding.
I would agree, yes.
Yeah, I'm so curious because I'm going to do a real quick skim It doesn't look like they explained what the argument was. So we have no idea what the argument was. We have zero idea. We just know that they are both very stubborn people. It got heated, and Aunt said, don't even bother showing up.
Their daughter went to a My Chemical Romance concert without them.
Exactly.
If I had to wager a guess, if I had to toss it out there.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. My cousin did not do this, and he may not even know the situation. I don't blame him. For additional context, my aunt has a reputation for being someone who gets involved in other people's conflicts and causes tension. Okay. So that triangulates a little bit of the blame there. If you're someone who feels the need to jump into other people's business and cause some tension and stuff, I'm looking a little bit more closely at you. The scope is lining up a little bit more, you know? Exactly, yeah. The reticle is shrinking onto this person. My dilemma is that I never really wanted to attend the wedding in the first place. If this situation had happened before I had committed, I probably would have politely declined. My cousin and I aren't close, and realistically, we probably won't become much closer because we're both building our own lives. At the same time, I feel like this is my cousin's wedding, not his mom's. I already committed, bought tickets, and made plans, and canceling 2 weeks before an international wedding feels wrong. But the thing I can't get past is, if my own mom isn't welcome, why should I be there celebrating? Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't go. I mean, if you can get a refund for the tickets and everything, yeah, I would do that. But like the fact that the aunt, the cousin's mom, was the one that kind of started this.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, okay, why would I want to attend that?
Yeah, and I'm like, that does suck, and it sounds like this guy and his mom have a pretty close relationship, which is very nice, and I'm happy for that. But it is also like, my thing is like, this is not, he pointed out too, this is not the aunt's wedding, it's the cousin's. I personally feel like the aunt shouldn't be able to uninvite people. Like, she should not be able to throw around like, don't bother showing up to the wedding. Like, honey, it's not your wedding. It is your son's. They are the one to decide whether people do or don't show up, kind of thing. Yes.
You'd think that. But when it comes to weddings, and especially when it comes to larger weddings, parents typically are paying a decent amount on that. So they usually can have a pretty heavy lift as to who and is not invited. That is a very common thing, unfortunately, in these situations. But also, like, this is family, this is weddings. I think any relationship will eventually have to go through wedding planning. That is its own adventure. If you can do that, you can literally do anything. But with that said, this aunt is the way my sister-in-law, her wife, described it very perfectly. There are some people in this world who love dancing in the wound. There are some people who, whenever there's conflict, because and I'm sure you've probably seen that in, like both on streamer VR, whatever, and as well as IRL. There's some people that are hanging around, but the second like you're having a bad day or I'm feeling kind of off, there's people like, oh yeah, tell me about it. And there's people who are very invested in that because they view that as like, hey, this can be my way to be in your life and emotionally supportive and blah blah blah. And it's like you have to be mindful of things like that. And this definitely sounds like someone who finds value in being involved in situations, maybe not even maliciously, maybe they don't even want to be starting some of these issues, but they definitely want to push, and therefore things get messy and they want to know blah 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 whatever. So when it comes to the plane tickets and hotels and all this other shit, there's this part of me that's like, yes, you probably can't get a refund at this point depending on what they purchased. Maybe they can, maybe they're platinum reward, whatever kind of things.
Sure.
But in all likelihood, the best they can probably do is transfer that into credit, into something else. They can, have it go to like a little regional flight and then they have like $500 left over. Or I would say, depending on how they're feeling and if they want to be super bitter about it, they can fly anyway to wherever this destination is and not attend. They can
That's
go
true.
and explore this country. They can go to this other realm, whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Then-
true.
The original poster at that point, they can decide if they want to even show up. But like, if they already have this booked and planned and this opportunity, just if you're going to be petty, go full petty at that point. Like, just go have a good time, get photo in front of the Eiffel Tower, wherever the fuck they are going. Like, I think like there's a lot of opportunity here, but it really kind of depends on how they want to go. It sucks because 2 weeks before, since the flight's going to be at bare minimum, regardless if it's Mexico or anything else, that's bare minimum, like what, $500 a ticket.
Oh,
That's
sure.
a hard thing to try and reconcile. So yeah.
Yep. And yeah, I know return policies for flights and hotels and stuff like that differ. A lot of hotels and stuff are like, hey, as long as it costs 24 hours before, we don't give a shit kind of thing. Yeah, international though, like I fully agree. Like if this was some place where it's like, hey, I don't know my cousin all that well, but it's a place I've always wanted to visit and stuff like that. Dog, go. Absolutely.
Right.
I fully agree. Go there, stay in the hotel, just walk around, do shit. Don't worry about some wedding that's going to have drama and friction and stuff because of your mom or whatever. Like, just take your mom to go see the country and stuff instead of attending this wedding that she was apparently unceremoniously disinvited from. Like, just do that. Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah. Some comments. Your cousin is the groom. He's the only one who can uninvite people. Your aunt is throwing off the counts. I would contact your cousin for clarification and I would still go. Your mom should find out for herself. You know what? I feel like if I was in the mom situation, I would not toss the pot and just show up anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's the last thing. Like, hey, I know you and like the mom and the aunt have argued. Maybe the mom and the cousin get along well, and the last thing that you would want to do is be like, I'm showing up anyways, and then cause an argument and ruin part of that cousin's wedding. Like, you don't want to do that. The OP says, great point. My parents are still RSVP'd. I think that's how I'll break the ice and bring this up to him. Okay, so he's going to talk to the cousin and be like, hey, your mom said my mom's not invited. What are you, like, do you agree with this? Is this part of, like, are you on board with that? Like, whatever.
Also, you just said parents as in plural?
Yes, so it says my parents are still RSVP'd, so it sounds like both the mom and the dad are going, or at least they plan on it. But now it's just the mom that got uninvited. So, like...
The fuck that noise at that point. Like,
yeah.
I mean, seriously, okay, the mom's not invited, the dad and the cousin, you guys are cool. No. We're not picking and choosing. It is a package deal at this point. Like, truly. Yeah.
You should reach out to your cousin, tell them what happened, see what they say, and if they still want you to attend. Not the asshole your aunt is. Talk to the cousin, then decide. OP says, I'm just nervous to bring up this drama to him only 2 weeks away from his wedding with all of these people and stuff coming up, which is fair. 2 weeks away from the wedding is not a lot of time, and I'm sure you guys, like, they're so busy on focusing on, like, last minute seating charts, making sure catering is still on schedule and good, making sure all this shit is ready to go, you know?
Bring that shit up now, because 2 weeks from the wedding, every day you go it's then 10 days until the wedding. It's 5 days until the wedding.
True.
Like, whatever pressure cooker of decisions I think they're in right now, sorry, this is the time to pull the lever. This is the time to hit the button. This is truly like it now, because this is the maximum amount of time they have to try and figure out what the hell to do. Like that would be my personal recommendation.
Oh, true. Absolutely. Have one longer comment. I want to chime in because I have a similar experience with my family. My dad, his brother, my uncle, got in an argument over money from a property that they co-own with our other siblings. My dad tried to cut my uncle out of the profits, and my uncle found out. For whatever reason, my mom and dad thought they were in the right and tried to tell me not to talk to my cousins anymore. I told my mom, that's not my problem because it has nothing to do with me. I texted my cousin, my uncle's kids, asked them what happened, and they explained what my dad did. My cousins and I do not care for family squabbles, especially if it's something shady they did to the other. I say go to the wedding. It's not your aunt's wedding. What are they going to do? Stop you? At least you get a trip out of it, but I'm pretty sure your cousin doesn't give a fuck what your mom thinks since it's his wedding, not the asshole. Yeah, this is, another comment. Whatever's happening between your mom and her sister falls under the not my circus, not my monkeys. They're grown women, and he needs to stay out of the nonsense because angry monkeys throw shit at each other. No one wants a piece of that.
Very succinctly put, I must say. That is a top tier comment.
Yeah, 100%. I like that. Someone says, you would be the asshole. Your mom wasn't really uninvited. Reach out to your cousin, see if he knows what happened. If he's unaware and the invite holds, convince your mom to go with you. These types of family disputes can fracture families if allowed to fester. Your aunt wants her sister there. I'll argue that a little bit. I have grown up very much in a family where family doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you're blood related, none of that shit. You are 100% like, my dad has a sister who is technically my aunt, who me and my brother literally refuse to call aunt because we just do not consider her part of the family.
I see.
My mom tried pushing the whole like, oh, well, they're family, and that means we have to stick up for them and stuff. And even within these last 5 years, my mom has finally changed her stance, and she's like, no, absolutely not. She's not part of the family. We do not consider her family, like, whatever. I think that whole idea of you're related by blood, so that means you have to take care of each other, and you have to show up for each other and stuff, to me is just nonsense. It's like, you can be related by blood all you want. Doesn't mean you're going to be nice to each other. Doesn't mean you're going to like each other. Doesn't mean you have to show up for each other. If they never show up for you or they're mean to you and all that other stuff, why would I be obligated to do this, like, do that for them kind of thing,
Right. I don't know if that is common, though. I feel like for a lot of people, it's just like, man, I hate being around my asshole uncle. Yeah, but he's your uncle, so you got to make sure you show up. And I feel like the family structure in so many different places of the world is still so deeply instilled that it's family, so no matter what, there's this thing on there. They can have horrible opinions. They can be relentlessly unpleasant, but nope, that's still, they helped out your pa back in whatever. I think that unlearning that and unlearning that, like, that's a hard thing because that requires not just you to do that. You could be like, fuck this person over there, but your mom could still be like, nope, it's still your uncle. To have a family kind of unlearn or get to the point where your family was at, where you can be, for the lack of a better term, dismissive of unpleasant members of the family tree, like that's a different experience for a lot of people. And I think that's maybe where the poster is still having some difficulty, because family's family no matter what, even if this aunt is saying things otherwise on very critical portions. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I know too that there's like that whole family thing of like, I mean, my brother and I hated each other when we were younger. It was one of those things where we just generally, like, if we were in each other's company and our parents weren't around, we were just genuine assholes to each other. Like, could not stand each other's presence and all that kind of stuff. But like, we've reconciled and stuff like that, and now we're still fairly close and all that jazz. But it's even my dad is the one who's like, he's like, I have so many members of my family that I don't talk to, and it's because I very much am like, even if they're blood, I'm not owed. Like, they are not owed my time and stuff like that, and all that. But I do have other family members in other, like, my mom's side of the family and stuff like that are very much like, oh, well, it doesn't matter what they said 20 years ago or how they hurt you or what they stole from you or whatever. They're your cousin and you support them. And it's such a weird thing because I'll still go to family gatherings and stuff like that and interact with them. And they're like, oh, have you heard from cousin so-and-so? And it's like, you mean the guy that beat the crap out of me 15 years ago and I, like, have not spoken to since? No. Why would I reach out to them? Why would I do that, And they're like, oh, well, they're family. It's like, okay. About that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go one other thing there. I am actually gonna say a very definitive asshole declaration on here, and I'm gonna give that directly to the cousin on here, because man, fuck a destination wedding. I think that truly, that's like when you have someone that is in state, where it's like, that's whatever. Like, most of my family is in, Chicago, so we're gonna have it in Chicago, and some people have to fly out there. That's totally okay. We're gonna go to California. That's where okay, I don't live there. I live in New York, but okay, I can still get the flight. Like that, I feel those are very reasonable things. You're going to Cancun. You're going to, in Turks and Caicos. You're going to be in fucking, Europe. Like when you have anything where there's a flight larger than 10 hours, hours that you have to go on to get there. Defunctland did that great series about like the different like line wait times with the fast pass for a while, and they talked about the bulk point. And like that's like the bulk point of like at what point is a line too long for someone to actually get on the ride? Like is it 2 hours? Is it 3 hours? Some people, super fans can wait up to 8 hours, but everyone has a different bulk point of which they're like, no, that's too much. I'm not going to waste my time waiting for that. And I feel like that's like the same thing here. Low key, I want to put it entirely on the country, but if you're going to have it in a completely different place of the world, and people have to book those flights and other things to get there, those are cool experiences. But dear God, you have to fucking really be close to this person. They have to really matter for you to do this. So I don't take any of that lightly. No matter how it all shakes out, fuck them for having a destination wedding. That is so much money. That is so much investment that you're putting on your guests to show up on there. So like, I understand why people don't do that. Like, that's just, I don't know. I needed to get that out of my system too, because that's just complicating the issue to an nth degree.
Oh, no, that's totally fair. I know definitely one of the reasons, because, like, I'm not going to lie, Fidget and I, back when we were talking about our wedding, we would have loved to have done something at, like, the Chet Aquarium or the Field Museum out in Chicago.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing to do, right? After our wedding, which, again, very small, 30 people maximum, where we sent out emails asking people to wear, like, hey, please don't wear these colors, just, like, a button-up shirt and a nice pair of jeans. That's the most formal we want you to be. And having my literal own family members not respond to that and show up wearing a t-shirt, beat-up jeans, cowboy boots with a gun on their hip. I'm very glad we didn't ask them to do anything that would have required more than a 20-minute drive, because I don't think they would have agreed to it.
Weirdly, I have this post from Reddit over here. Am I the asshole for showing up at my brother's wedding in a torn-up t-shirt and ripped-up jeans and cow? This is great. We should read this.
It's really funny that you said brother, because I didn't say it was my brother that did it. It was exactly my brother that did it.
Oh.
It was exactly my brother that did it.
That's why you guys don't get along.
Yeah, again, I love my brother, but holy shit, we were like, button-up shirt, nice jeans. That is our only requirement. Tell me why this motherfucker shows up in an olive drab green t-shirt, torn up blue jeans, cowboy boots with his whatever fucking handgun he had strapped on his hip, and he was just like, all my other stuff was in the laundry. Like,
At least put like a bow tie on the handgun. Make it look nice. The tie and a button up.
Yeah, he could have dressed it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Make it feel a little special. Actually, weirdly enough, the torn up t-shirt he had, it was Nickelback. That's the worst part of it all. It all together.
No. It was a t-shirt of a formal button up.
Oh,
that's what it was.
No,
it
it's the tuxedo t-shirt. It's that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh. If he had shown up wearing that, I genuinely would have asked him to leave. I would have said, like, please get in your giant truck and please go. Just literally anything but that.
Is it lifted?
Thankfully, no.
Okay.
He only has the one truck.
Gets 1 point.
Yeah, he gets the 1 point. No, it's the truck that he bought to use because he used to own the logging company with my dad, so they both had work trucks and all this other shit. But okay. Let's check out our next
story. You're a wolf online, so you own the log-in company. Never mind. Move on.
Again, one of my favorite things, I just heard Fidget. I just heard Fidget across the apartment just, oh my god, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Counter.
I'm so sorry, everyone. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I want, when we start doing these live with a live audience, which I want to do sooner rather than later, there is a counter here in this world that goes up behind us up there on the wall. And I want to say, I want to start when we do have the live audience, having one that says NA and then one that says A. Because I want to keep track universally of how many not assholes versus assholes we have. And carry that between sessions. And maybe on like whatever session where it's like, hey, we're about to hit our 100th asshole or whatever, we do a special thing or whatever. Maybe we read a special story or something like that. I would love to start that up. I want to say we'll probably do one more dry run of this before we start saying, hey, our friends, our close friends and stuff, you guys are invited to sit in the audience. Maybe I'll take one of the hand microphones we spawn in this world, and I will come up to you guys in the audience and hand it to you and be like, give me your opinion. Like, tell me, like, if you've experienced something similar to this, give me your commentary and stuff like that. And we have someone in the audience give us their story, and then we come back up here and we ruminate on that kind of thing.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah. All right. Story number 3. And this is a short one. Sorry, that's not 2. That's 3. There we go.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Also, am I the asshole? Our newest one yet. 5 hours ago.
Oh my
shit.
god.
So this
By the way,
one,
fresh off
A plus
presses.
Fidget, by the way, for the research on this. Thank you so
Yes.
much. You
Yes.
Yes.
Incredible work. Yeah.
Fidget does an amazing job of curating these stories, and I'm very happy to not only have them as an executive producer, but also as just the best wife I could ever have fucking asked for. I love them. So, also am I the asshole? 5 hours ago. Am I the asshole for taking my brother off of my insurance after warning him 3 times?
No.
I'm going to immediately say not the asshole.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
I'm curious.
There
Alright,
might be
good.
some
Next
like
story.
weird thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious. It doesn't say if it's car insurance or health insurance. What warnings
Yeah.
would you have to give someone 3 times to get them pulled off of health insurance? Hey, stop breaking your fucking legs. You're driving up my deductible. Like, what do you have to
Yeah.
do to get warnings for that?
I'm gonna guess
Stop
car
the streets.
insurance. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god, imagine it's health insurance, but like, hey,
Yeah.
can you like stop like going into comas and like
Look,
I love my comas, man. I do my best work in coma space, man.
dude, it's the only time I get REM sleep, dude. I gotta get them comas. Okay.
My
it's the
tribute to
only
the band
time they can
REM.
escape the family. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. My brother, 24, has been on my auto policy, good call, car insurance, since he moved back into our city, because his own quote was almost triple mine.
Oh,
Okay, bad sign. His share was $310 a month, and he was supposed to send it the same day my payment came out. Holy shit. Mine and Fidget's car insurance together is only like $120 a month. I don't like...
God. Yeah. Mine's a
This-
little bit more.
This guy has to have been doing something bad. He paid on time for about 5 months. After that, it turned into texting me on the 3rd, then the 9th, then I'd get half of it, and then get the rest whenever. By April, he owed me $740 in back share. Jesus. I told him in February that if he fell 2 months behind, I'd take him off at renewal. Told him again in March, and in April, I sent him the actual renewal date and said this is the last time I'm bringing it up. He said he was good for it, and I was being dramatic. Renewal came, $740 was still outstanding, and I removed him. I texted him the day it processed, so there'd be no confusion about when the coverage ended. He kept driving. He got pulled over 2 weeks later for a broken taillight and got cited for no insurance. Now it's a court date and a suspension he's fighting, and he told our mom I did it behind his back to teach him a lesson. Mom's position is that I was right, but I should have called instead of texted because he doesn't read texts, and that I knew that about him. Hold on, no. Hard pass. This motherfucker is 24. He owns a phone. You do not get to use the excuse, well, I don't read. No, absolutely the fuck not. No. A text message is a very valid warning. If anything, that's the best kind of warning. A phone call, you can miss the call, especially if someone doesn't leave a voicemail. A text message? Motherfucker, that's going to sit in your inbox the entire time. That doesn't go away unless you explicitly delete it. And even then, you could go to your mom and say, hey, he might have deleted it from his phone. I didn't delete it from mine. You could show that you gave that warning. Like, that is inexcusable. I think that 3 warnings is 3 warnings. Am I the asshole? No.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Nope.
I
That
am...
was easy.
Yeah, honestly, that was the easiest one we got yet.
Yeah.
Like that, like holy shit. At least the other ones, there's a little bit of deliberation. This one is just, no,
Yeah.
you told him 3 times that he owes you money, and then he didn't give you money. So you did what you told him you were going to do, and now he's mad about it. Like, no.
Yeah.
And like the original
Yeah.
poster, like if there's anything you really want to fault them on, it's not having as firm enough a boundary on it, because like, you know, instead of the first, then it slides into the third, that slides into the ninth. Like this is, you could tell this is someone that was deliberately testing the limits of kind of what they can get away with it. And maybe it was not pure ill intent, maybe it's born out of negligence, maybe it's something like that. But I think that's the tough part, where on both sides it's family. So on the original poster side, this is the part where it's like, well, it's family, I can't be too, how hard a barrier do I have to really set with this? How much, you know, slide can I actually give them? And then when it comes to the other person, when it comes to the brother, this is the thing where it's like, God, you know, this is family, but also, man, if I fuck it up, whatever, it's my brother. Like, I feel like there's kind of the implicit, you know, permission. It's hard to set boundaries with family in that sense too. So it's hard to be the enforcer of that. This is, yeah, you owe me this much money, but you're my brother. So I don't think it's easy to navigate, but I cannot see any part of the situation or scenario in which the original poster is the asshole here, because they warned them. They sent them the message. This is the date you lose the fucking coverage. This is entirely on the brother. So they get pulled over. Again, if their insurance was $300 a month, they get pulled over. Wow, I'm not surprised. Not surprised by any of that shit. Oh, now you want to whine? Oh, might get suspended. Well, keep paying them bills, baby. Like, this is entirely the reaping what you sow.
Yeah. Especially, too, because the way they talk about it, this is a repeat thing. If his insurance premium is 3 times what yours is, this is someone who gets pulled over constantly, who's constantly speeding, ignoring, like, a stop sign every now and then, like, going through red lights and getting the piece of mail later that says, we got you on camera, blowing past a red. Like, this is absolutely someone that, like...
He can't read.
Yeah. You're right. He doesn't know the sign says stop. He just sees letters.
He thought there was a sign indicating this to buy pots. You know? Yeah.
Oh my god. You're right. Maybe the guy's colorblind. Maybe he red and green are mixed up. He's got red and green colorblind, so he's like, sure, that's gray or whatever. Gray means go. Sure.
Yeah.
God. I have red green color blindness. That's never stopped me. And my flawless driving record. That's all.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's weird because I can see red and I can see green, but there are certain shades when right next to each other I just cannot differentiate. It looks more like kind of a teal might be more of a gray, that kind of thing. Like I can tell this guy's green, right? This guy's fully green. Like that's totally,
he's 100% green. Yeah. Yes. I remember there's someone in my chat that pops in all the time named Gan. Close friend of ours, love him to death. He's great. We found out that he was partially colorblind in a Discord call with him because, like, I don't remember what we were doing, but we saw the colorblind test where, all the little colored dots with stuff like that. And all of us were like,
you have to figure out between them.
Yeah. And we were looking at those and all of us were like, oh yeah, that one's 6, that one's 5, that one's 4, whatever. And Gan at one point sat there and went, y'all see a 4 in there? It was like, yeah, do you not? And he was like, no. Wait, hold on. And so all 5 of us just sat there and watched him take a color blindness test. And we saw, like, it get to some point where he was just like, I have no idea what this is. And all of us were like, it's 8. It's absolutely 8. And he was like, y'all keep seeing an 8? I see gray. Like, I see nothing. And I love him to death. And that was, no, I'm so sorry. It was one of the funniest things ever. Cause like, never in my life will I intentionally or like in a mean way joke about something like that with someone. But God, in that moment, just him included, just laughing his ass off at like, this is the way I find out I'm colorblind is with my friend sitting here pointing fingers at me, being like, oh, like,
it was better than that one movie.
Little Miss Sunshine. Oh, go ahead.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, the Little Miss Sunshine thing where he found out he was colorblind and he took like a vow of silence for years because he wanted to be a fighter jet pilot or whatever. And he finds out like on a road trip and it was just like, you can't see that, and the guy flips out and
oh no, dude, that's gotta be devastating. Like, I could only imagine, because like I had a cousin who wanted to go in and fly jets and stuff like that, and just the sheer amount of like training to go under, but also like genetic lottery you have to win to have good enough vision, good enough hearing, like all of this stuff to make all of that work is just insane.
Mhm.
It's why like
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
going
yeah.
to go in and be my original plan for life after high school was to go be a scout sniper for the Marines. I somehow won the lottery and got 2014 vision, so I have exceptionally good vision, and that's great. I also was not able to join the military because no matter how much I ate, I couldn't get past 115 pounds of weight, and that was a hard no.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was they were doing the full blown like bringing in like here's a burger with a protein shake with all this stuff, and you have to slam it down. And I would gain a few pounds for like a day or two, and then it was just gone. They were like, yeah, we literally cannot get you to gain weight, so you cannot join
Yep.
or
I
anything
feel
like that.
you. I feel you on that. It took me years to actually get weight.
Yep.
Like I was 120 pounds for like a good like 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
Years, but yeah, like just recently I started to get some weight on me, and I don't know what changed, but yeah, it took.
Yep.
I was doing milkshakes, burgers. I was eating like 3,000 calories, and nothing worked.
I very specifically, one of the Marines training me was a major who had these specific protein shakes that were 2,000 calories a shake. And he was like, you're going to,
Jeez.
yeah, he was like, you're going to drink this and still have 3 full meals a day. Like, I'm trying to get you to hit
Damn.
like 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day. And I would do it and it would just be gone. And then
Damn.
I think it's only within this last year and a half I've hit 150. Well, okay, I hit 145 a couple years ago, and then I had cancer, and I dropped back down to like 120, and now I'm finally getting back to like the 145. Like I'm finally getting that shit back. But it's wild too because my dad is a slightly heavier guy, and just to hear him talk, he's like, yeah, I was like 90 pounds when I left high school. Like he was like, I didn't. Literally had nothing on me, but he was like, I ate, I worked literally at my aunt's restaurant, I cooked, I made myself meals all the time, all this shit. He's like, I didn't gain nothing.
God, I can't wait to meet you at MFF and pick you up and just fold you in half. I think it's going to be so much. It's going to be so much
Yeah,
fun.
He did it to me.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
Quiet.
I'll bring
Between us.
I'll bring a shirt that says "Fold me like a lawn chair," and that way you'll know it's me, and you'll
Okay.
just at that point
Tylon Belmont, Pine Leagues.
you must be the Belmont and just crunch.
Yeah. One thing I will say about determining assholes in terms of cars and other things like that, because this came
Yes.
up in a group chat earlier, the score you're given as a passenger on Uber and Lyft. Because every time you go and you do it, give the person 5 stars or whatever, you're always supposed to give like some sort of rating over there. You can tell someone's a real asshole by how they treat service people. Like if you're dealing at any fast food restaurant or a restaurant and they're just an asshole there. But if someone has like an Uber like user score of like 1 star or 2 stars, like in my opinion, that is a red flag. That is absolute, because to get down to that level, they have to be absolute monsters. I say, of course, as someone who has 5 stars as a passenger across all the apps, I'm very courteous and kind, but I just that's a nice little asshole indicator, just a little thing to put out there.
It's true. I am fully of the belief that if you, because of the passenger rating, if your rating gets below 2.5 stars, you should not be allowed to use Uber anymore. Like, hey, if drivers are literally rating you as an asshole for using their service, you shouldn't be allowed to use their services anymore. Yes, exactly.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I think there needs to be an aggregate. I do agree with that. Like, of so many. If you get to 2.5 stars out of, let's say, 150. If you have 150 rides that you take, and out of that 150, your average is less than 2.5, you're not allowed to use an Uber. Like, 100%, they should be able to sit there and be like, literally every driver you have had has said you are shitty. No, you're not using our services anymore. You're not allowed. Either that, or, and I don't know, maybe this would be going too far or be really shitty. They should change prices a little bit based on how good of a passenger you are. Like, if you're an absolute asshole passenger, if you're a bad passenger, the tip should be a minimum, like 20%, and it's factored in when you order the ride. If you're a good passenger, the tip is not factored in, but you should still give one, kind of thing. But yeah, if you're an asshole, I think there should be no There is no like option for that. It's like, no, we know you're a dick, and if you want to ride, you're gonna pay that extra premium for being a dick. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think your audience knows this, but you have not declared your candidacy for president as of yet. But I will say that if you do run on this platform of an asshole tax across all industries, I think you would. There are enough assholes in this world where you would clean up the deficit in 1 year. I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
To be able to build utopia.
Like, look, we already live in a very shitty capitalistic society. I will fully admit that. Everything is based on money when it shouldn't be. What's wrong with charging the worst of the people in the society more to allow them to keep being the worst? It's literally the least that they could do. And if anything, like, again, with how important money is to every facet of life in this country, what's going to be the biggest incentive to get you to stop being an asshole other than charging you for it? Like,
oh yeah,
like 100%. Imagine going to Target to buy, like, I don't know, just some random shit, some shampoo and stuff. You run your card, and the Target system goes, "Hey, you've bought from here before, and our systems determine that you were an absolute prick to the customer service people when you were here last. Your total went from 50 to like 60. We're gonna add like a 20% charge onto this because you were a prick."
Yeah,
and at that point, it's like, I either got to clean up my act, or I got to start paying the tax for it. Like, you literally have the two choices. And I fully believe that would be a decent way to do it. I think I've said it before on my streams. I'm very much an eye for an eye person. I understand the whole eye for an eye makes the whole world blind and all that stuff. But there really, a lot of times, especially nowadays, isn't much better of a way to get a point across that you shouldn't do something than to have it done to you. Right? It very much is so many people are willing to be like, haha, I'm going to be an asshole to this person because there's nothing they can do about it. And then if it's done to you, you're like, shit, okay, ramifications for my actions, I guess. I probably shouldn't do that again. It's like that kind of how it should be. Like, I fully believe in that.
Yeah, there's actually a few bars and pubs that actually do the asshole tax. If someone's being like a dick to service, they will add like an extra like fee, or like, not, they don't say it, but they'll add like a tip or something. And again, they can get away with it because it's a privately owned business or whatever. And that's how they get it. They're like, okay, well, you opened up a tab, you were a dick, and now you have to pay this tab. Or you get the cops involved. And what are they going to do? Come to a belligerent person who's shit-faced drunk right now and fighting with staff over a fee?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're going to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's, every business has every right to handle that, and every business is going to be in the right for doing that. Like, no, this is the way we work. If you're a prick, you get punished for it. If you argue with that, you don't show up here anymore. Like, that's as easy as it is. And I wish more places did that.
Chat, can we get Tylon Belmont 2028 trending? Can we get that hashtag going in chat right now? Can we make that happen? I think we could do that.
Yeah.
Right? We got people here. It'll be great. So
I think we could we could pull those numbers. Hashtag Tylon Belmont 2028. I want to see that shit on Blue, get me on Blue Sky, not Twitter. Fuck Twitter. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Moon. All right.
Thank you, Moon. Okay.
All right.
We have one final story.
Okay.
Also, am I the asshole? Also, only posted 11 hours ago. So let's get into it. I know, these are all... Fidget has gone...
like the Navy.
Yeah. Yeah, Fidget has chosen such newer stories that I'm very glad, because hopefully the posters of these stories are watching this show, and if they're not, they should be. Hopefully they are watching this so that they can sit there and be like, yes, some of the best people on the internet, the most well-rounded people on the internet to get the opinions of.
Furries
Absolutely.
have our back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If furries have your back, like, look, man, you're pretty well set.
Do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm just applauding chat for getting that hashtag going right now. The it is just tapered.
Let's do it, chat.
Way to go! Fucking love this audience. Y'all are the real non-assholes.
Future me. Said the one name that just entered. But yeah, no, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah, except for that guy. Future me, when we open this up to a live audience and we have the counter, Not the asshole,
Mhm.
one already for our chat. Absolutely. But okay. 11 hours ago, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my friend he screwed us over at my friend's birthday dinner?
Okay.
You know
I
what?
need to know more. I can't make that decision right now. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is something where like I need context. The other ones were pretty easy without
Mhm.
context. This one, I think we need a little bit more filled in. So,
I agree.
I, 24 female, genuinely don't know if I'm missing something because my friend insists that I'm an asshole. This happened on my friend Emma's birthday. The 5 of us, me, Emma, Pedro, Faith, and Emma's roommate Zoe, planned to celebrate together. Okay? I'm self-employed and currently transitioning away from a higher paying job, so money has been very tight. Emma and I had already decided to cancel the dinner because none of us could really afford it. Pedro had been pushing everyone all day to finalize our plans. When I told him we've decided not to go because we were broke, he asked, "Are you asking me for money?" Okay, so immediately, Pedro, red flag, don't do that shit. I said no, I was just explaining why we were canceling. He then suggested using his brand new credit card because he needed to hit the spending requirement for the sign-up bonus. We agreed he'd put my meal and half of Emma's meal on his card, and I'd pay him back the following Monday. We were all completely clear on the agreement. Sod, the head down, that already tells me.
I see where it's heading out in front of me, and we're careening towards sadness. So I mean, let's
Yep.
go. Let's do it.
Okay. Since we were talking about money, I also asked if he could drive me home afterward because taking an Uber one way and riding back with him was cheaper than driving myself. He agreed. Faith got off of work late, so we all agreed to wait to order until she arrived. Before she got there, Pedro somehow ordered 3 appetizers just for himself and ate them while the rest of us waited. Okay. Pedro, that's red flag number 2.
Yeah.
I got bad news for you, dog. You only need one more. Once Faith arrived, we ordered dinner. Pedro even encouraged Emma, the birthday girl, to order a caviar bump. What fucking restaurant are you guys go? Hold on. Okay, all right. There's
You going to some fancy shit? Like
what
This
restaurant?
isn't Olive Garden. This is Olive Garden Plus. All right. This
Yeah.
is
The premium.
What
Yeah.
restaurant are you guys going to where you know 2 of the people in your party are essentially broke because they don't make a lot of money, where there's caviar and shit ready to go? Like, what? Y'all couldn't have done like Applebee's or
Yeah.
like pizza, like Domino's or something.
It must have been an international restaurant or something, I guess. They had to fly somewhere and then...
Yeah, honestly, this is the follow-up to the wedding
right
story.
Before a wedding, it was a whole
right before a wedding.
Yeah.
Once Faith arrived, oh wait, no, I already read that. After we ordered, I stepped outside for a cigarette. The restaurant has only one entrance, and I was sitting right outside it. When I came back in, Pedro was gone. Everyone assumed he said goodbye to me outside, but he hadn't. I asked our waiter what Pedro had paid for. Only his appetizers.
Pedro.
Oh,
My God.
red flag number 3,
Pedro.
baby.
No,
I will
3,
vote-
4,
I will
and
vote for
5.
Tylon Belmont. I will not vote for Pedro. Okay, I'm telling you.
No,
Yeah,
right
absolutely
come on.
not. We do not support
Yeah.
Pedro on this platform, you appetizer paying, dine and dashing fuck.
Pedro enters the chat.
Not Pedro. Not underscore Pedro.
Yeah.
Not Pedro.
Someone pops in named not underscore Pedro, and the first words out of their mouth are, "Listen here, you little shit." Then we know we've got a problem. Had he left before we ordered, I simply wouldn't have ordered because I knew I couldn't afford it. But he stayed through ordering, knowing about our agreement, so I had no reason to think I suddenly needed to pay. I couldn't reach my boyfriend or parents for help, so I told Faith what had happened. She offered to cover it, but after checking her account, realized she didn't have enough either. Between the 2 of us, we scraped together every dollar we had to cover the bill. We couldn't even tip the waiter, which I still feel terrible about. Faith also had to drive me home because Pedro had left. A few days later, Pedro called me and said I was the asshole because I felt entitled to his money. I told him I thought he was the asshole because he proposed the arrangement, stayed through ordering, then left without warning and only paid for himself, leaving me scrambling to cover my meal and without my ride home. He laughed and said I was entitled. Am I the asshole? Whoa!
Oh my God. Unlock the new rage bait method.
Holy shit.
Yeah, fuck Pedro.
So, fully talked about agreement that Pedro would pay for the stuff because he needed the money on his credit card or whatever for the sign-up bonus. Totally agreed on. Fucker really decides I'm going to order my food. Then I'm just going to leave because I feel like they're trying to entitle themselves to the money that I offered them.
This is entrapment. This is absolute entrapment here.
That is actual entrapment.
You said you are going to pay for the thing, and then you back out of that agreement partway through without telling or consulting anyone whatsoever.
Yeah.
Absolutely eat shit. Like, that is true. That is profoundly, because the whole thing is duplicitous, and the fact that they seem to be completely ignorant to not even recognize that this is their behavior, that this is something that they instilled. They have no right out of anything, especially because there's a group text I assume this happened in, and this is something that you can reference back to and see, yes, I will cover you.
Yeah.
Absolutely fuck off. That is, this is not even like a bad thing that they've done. This ends friendships. This kind
100%.
of behavior is so entitled and assholish, and puts so many other people in a position where they have to check their bank accounts or call parents for money at a dinner that was already supposed to be someone's birthday.
Yeah.
Shit, you're not invited to literally anything going forward. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's insane. I could not imagine having a friend wanting to do a birthday thing and having to cancel, and then offering them like, hey, no, like I'll cover it, like let's just use this, blah blah blah, and then just deciding at one point, like I want to know, was that the plan from the beginning to sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with them, like I'm gonna do this, or
what it sounds like?
Yeah, especially for him to like laugh at her afterwards, like. That's crazy, but yes.
Yeah, also the fact, like, why? I feel bad for the poster. Like, why you make a post asking if you're the asshole? Like, this is clearly, like, this guy is just taking being a douchebag to a whole nother level. There's like.
It looks
I'm sure there's other people out there being like, yo, calm down, guy. I'm sure there's like worse people out there being like, okay, bro, that's kind of, you might reel that shit back.
They're posting this because at the very beginning, they say, I don't know if I'm missing something because my friend insists that I'm the asshole. Which friend? Is it Pedro? Is it Pedro, the one that has clearly been the asshole this whole story, insisting that you're the asshole when you accepted his offer? Like, if that's it, then that's insane. Because I'm sorry, someone who laughs at you and says, you're entitled when he made this offer to you, I would not trust anything that man says about whether I'm the asshole or not. Like, he has 100% made his stance clear on who he is.
Mm-hmm. In my mind, I think the whole reason Pedro got this credit card and probably has a decent credit limit on it is because their business that they're running of selling gaslights to people. I think it's doing pretty well for itself, because like, how else could you afford such a high end thing? Like, just truly. Like, I mean, honestly, the fact that they feel the need, comes from a world of just like, this is not even like pure ego. This is just like, this is self-entitlement. They live inside a universe in which all that they can see is just themselves and how everyone else is wrong. I'm sure where they're sitting there, they truly, in their emotional reality, they don't think they've done anything wrong. They feel like everything's justified. Yeah. Right, and that's the worst part. And in some of those instances, what you have in terms of currency is your friendship with them. So the thing you can do to get that payback is to cut them out, because they are not worthy of you at that point.
Yeah. Some comments. Not the asshole. Pedro is not your friend. This continues. Someone else says, but he is demented. Someone giving a little bit of advice on that. Yeah, Pedro no longer exists. Remove him from your life. Delete and block his contacts. If you have the misfortune to run into him IRL, do not speak to him, look at him, acknowledge his existence, unless he decides to get in your way
Just
or
straight
threaten
dick
you.
punch him.
Yeah, honestly, that's I hate that that's immediately what I would jump to, 100%, but like, if someone wronged me that horribly, and I had the sheer bad luck to run into them again, yeah, buddy, wrap your hands around your neck, because that's the first thing I'm going for, 100%, like, absolutely. Yeah, the fact that he pushed for the dinner, offered his card for the sign-up, encouraged the birthday girl to get caviar bump, and then pulled a midnight vanish is sociopathic behavior. OP isn't entitled, she literally just expected him to stick to the plan he proposed. Yes, that's exactly it.
What's a caviar bump?
I think it's literally just like a small, like a small serving of caviar, like just a tiny little, like
sounds because like snorting caviar,
right? That was like exactly the caviar on the table and just snorting it through a $1 bill. It's $100 bill, mind you, but still,
exactly.
Like, that's what it's.
Yeah, that worried. I wondered about that too, because
they
caviar.
Use Petra's credit card.
Like you said, caviar bump, and okay, Fidget is going to look up what a caviar bump is. Yeah, my immediate thought with it too is like
definition way better. I'll just say that.
My immediate thought was like, oh, so they put a little bit on their hand, like right here, and they just like right off of that. Like, is that how it works?
The rat that's pulling my hair on the top of my head just a little bit too. So you know that's.
Oh, here we go.
Perfect. Thank you, straight rich people activities.
Yeah. A caviar bump is a trendy food tasting method where a small portion. I was right. A small portion of fish roe is placed directly on the back of the hand in the hollow between the thumb and index finger and licked off. I was right.
What fucking Bond villain behavior is this? My God. Do you have to pet a cat while doing it? That you're like, Jesus Christ, like
have to laugh like
that's crazy. I thought that was gonna be complete nonsense. No, that is 100%. You put a tiny bit of caviar in between your index finger and your thumb, and you like lick it off of your own hand, like a fucking, as you said, like a fucking Bond villain, being like a sociopath, like monologuing in a Bond film, and just
mindset?
Like sitting there like Mr. Bond and just like,
I'm gonna go online, I'm gonna buy a bunch of Rothkos, like I'm feeling edgy, like I'm just like, what are you do?
Yeah. Oh my God, that blew my mind.
See, all I do, I'm so poor, I just take the ramen packet and put the seasoning on my hand and go
delicious. I don't know if you guys...
seasoning salt, yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know if you guys were able to hear Fidget just now. They do their caviar bumps and they buy cryptocurrency. Oh my God, They do the caviar. They line it up across the trunk of their cyber truck, and then they try and do that. Except the trunk accidentally opens and hits them in the head. Just a whole right. God. Yeah, don't worry, honey. The Cybertruck's been sitting out for a while. It's plenty hot. It'll cook it before you do it. And they just fucking just run their face along it and just like... That's going to be a new thing. You can tell someone's doing bumps off of a Cybertruck because it burns their face when it's been out in the sun.
Most rich assholes I know do have burnt faces.
Gotta use a monocle over here to just...
The rich person sunburn as Fidget just put it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Let me see here. All the comments so far, not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. Pedro set a trap, watched you walk into it, then accused you of being entitled for wondering why he pulled the trigger. Oh my God. Yeah, there is literally nothing good or redeemable about this Pedro person. That is such a fucked up thing to do to someone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. You know what? And the worst part was, like, at the very beginning of this, we were like, we need context. We can't really tell if they're going to be the asshole by the end of this. 100%. 100%. Immediately asshole.
On their birthday.
Yeah.
birthday.
On their
Like, truly.
birthday.
Yeah, the poor birthday girl
Shit.
was genuinely like, I'm gonna have to cancel because I don't have the money to do this. And this guy genuinely was like, oh, this is it. Oh, this is my time to fuck with her. Hardcore. Like, awesome. I am gonna leave her stranded
was
at a
they
restaurant, not
dating?
able to pay for the food.
Yeah.
Like, look, there's a lot of things where I'm like, maybe if you're an asshole, you deserve something like that. I can't think of a situation where I would think someone deserves the embarrassment of being stranded at a restaurant, not able to pay, and not even be able to tip the waiter. Like, that's
Yeah,
insane.
The not tipping the waiter part, that is the worst feeling, because obviously we're in a very tip heavy culture, but like that
Yep.
just feels
Mhm.
like you're doing something wrong, and the guilt that you have over that is like crazy. I had a thing the other day where it's like I walked over to our coffee shop before like a podcast taping thing, and like I tried using my card and it just wouldn't fucking work whatsoever, and like I'd been there enough times, the coffee shop people were like, we've seen you, you're good, just pay us back when you can. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, brought everything over there, did what I could. That same day, I gave them like cash and just like more than beyond it, because I'm like, thank you, you saved me. Like, it was a time sensitive thing I had to do, and like that kind of currency, that kind of thing that you build up over time. That's valuable. That's how you treat service people. But like also just. I'm just so upset over this because it is just this level of entitlement that's happening over here. We've all been to dinners that we don't want to be a part of. We've all been to, gay family events and other things like that. It's just like, well, have to do it to save face or whatever there. So like, we all bite our teeth and we suffer through however many caviar bumps there are. Like we just push through. For this person to mid-meal fucking leave, like I've had enough or whatever, like every level.
Yeah.
If you need any more of an indication to cut this person out of your life, like they gave you 8 different versions of it. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know, man. There's just so much that could be said of someone. Like, I agree with so many people in these comments too. Like, this isn't just an asshole move. This is an actual like sociopathic. Like, this is someone who is very happy that he did this to you. Like, he feels no guilt. It wasn't something where he chickened out. He would genuinely was like, I'm going to enjoy screwing you over. And then he did it, and again he had the audacity to look you dead in the eyes, aim the weapon at you, and then when you got mad when he pulled the trigger, he's turning it around and being like, you're just an asshole, like you're entitled. Like that's
Yeah.
I can't, dude. I can't with this person. So many people are right. Delete Pedro, get rid of Pedro on all your social media, never talk to Pedro again. Like, I also wonder too, like, what's the history here? How long have they known each other?
Yeah.
Is Pedro someone who's been a part of this group for a long time, and out of nowhere, he's just decided to pull this? Or is this something where Pedro's kind of known for being the prankster of the group and doing these little tricks and stuff? And like, because like, again, we experience this so much. Fidget and I watch Smosh reads Reddit stories. It's where the idea for this show came from and stuff like that. They do a ton of stories on there where they talk about pranks. And so many, I'd say 90% of the stories they read, people don't know what pranks are. They don't. People think that pranks are just like, I get to be an asshole and haha, we all get to laugh it off. It's like, that's not a prank. A prank is like, I don't know.
For me, a prank is supposed to make you the butt of the joke. That's where a prank is. It's not harassing people. If you're going to do a proper prank, you have to be the butt of the joke, and you have to do it in a way that people laugh at you, not at them. And yeah, as I said, the whole prank culture from like YouTube and all of this stupid stuff that got popular from, freaking streamers, they don't know what pranks are, and a lot of people see that. They're like, oh, that's funny. I get to harass people and just, pull the whole excuse like, hey, you're on camera, which, again, if you say you're on camera, then great. Now I got to deal with a legal issue. If you want to like fight them. But
yeah,
it's so bad.
Yeah, as Fidget just said too, and Fidget, we've talked about it before. You confuse, not abuse, with a prank. Like you do something that might give them a momentary, like, wait, whoa, what's happening, kind of thing. But you don't abuse the person. You don't make them feel bad. You don't like hurt them or anything like that. A prank is something where you like you make them sit there and be like, what's going on, and then you go like, prank, whatever, and they're like, I got it, like, okay, whatever. But yeah, again, like, I'm gonna leave you at a restaurant to pay for your own food when you said you couldn't anyways. Haha, bye. Like, that's just outright abuse to a person. That is putting a person in one of the worst situations they could possibly be in. And again, like, that's not a prank. And there's other pranks too where someone's like, "Oh, I switched out your this food item with this food item," and like, maybe it's something like that. To me, that's not a prank. That's genuinely like fucking with someone's diet and their food and stuff like that. That's not a prank.
It's like, haha, I switched out your caviar with peanuts and you're allergic. Have fun.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Fucking crazy.
Somehow the Hitman series never evolved to the point where he's doing like small bullshittery like that to try and kill people. Like, just, like, Agent 47, he's done a lot of things, but he's never pulled a prank, He's just,
Fidget just had another good point. A good prank, if someone's like, "Hey, can you grab me like a cola or something?" You go, "Yeah, sure." And you bring one back and you hand it to them like, "This tastes a little bit weird." It's like, I grabbed you diet instead of a regular one, but here's the regular one, for you. Whatever. Like, fun little prank. Whatever. A prank is not, I switched your insulin for water. Like, shit like that. Like, you don't do that shit.
I was gonna say a prank that we did to Alfred one time is that he went to go pick up someone from a train station, so it was like a 10-minute walk from his house, maybe 5 minutes. And while he was gone, we flipped everything in his room. Like in the room we were in, we flipped the couch, we flipped all the pictures upside down, the computer, everything was upside down. Okay. And then we just sat there like nothing happened. He came in with this random girl he just met like a week ago and was like, "Do you guys flip my shit? Like, what is happening?"
Okay, that's a good one.
Looked at us and was like, "What?"
Yeah,
and then just like walked out, and we all just flipped everything back.
I know I saw
that. It's a prank.
Yeah, I know I saw one on TikTok that was like, this girl lived with like 2 roommates, and she was bringing a guy back to the apartment just to like watch a movie or whatever. And the 2 roommates, like, they were waiting for this girl to come back with like blankets thrown over them, candles lit in the middle of the room. And as soon as the girl brought this guy back and opened the door, they started dancing around the candles and like chanting like they were performing like a ritual or something. And the girl just like looked at them and just like shut the door. And you could hear her like laughing on the other side of the door and saying like, "I'm sorry, my roommates just think they're funny and shit." And it's like, that's just a good prank. Like, that's just funny. You just want to like, oh, they're bringing someone new over? Let's just do something silly and goofy to like make her confused for a second. Like, I enjoy that kind of shit. That's great. Flipping the furniture and everything over? That's just fucking funny. I like that. That's good.
Right.
I'd be more impressed than anything.
Getting Tylon to say the name of that guy who did that song, "You Can't Touch This," that's a good prank. I think that's pretty good. The guy,
MC Hammer?
Oh yeah, that guy. I forgot about that. Anyway,
what?
Don't look at chat.
No, hold on. You say don't look at chat. Now I have to look at what happened. What happened with chat? Chat, what just happened?
Nothing happened with chat.
Side!
Oh no.
Side! You piece of shit. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, that's a prank. That's a good prank, Chad. That's a good one.
The amount of times you rang him over with trains.
Yeah, that's true.
Lay the hammer down.
See, now I'm just picturing a train hits me, I get flung, I'm laying on the ground. Before I can even get up, Sod runs over the hammer and just hits me on the head, and then just hoppity hops away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I am a rabbit. I would do that. So exactly.
I
think that's at the very least.
I mean, tricks of...
Literally every time you get me with a train, I just picture you with the conductor's hat driving it, looking back after you hit me and just going, dumbass.
Twirling my imaginary mustache. Right? Exactly. Well, actually, you know, when I'm in the train, as soon as I do that, I do a caviar bump. That's what I do. It's the first thing that
caviar bumps? MFF?
Yeah. Caviar bumps and MFF? Oh, God.
Oh, we got to do it. Yeah, actually, I'm already on the train when I hit Tylon with it, and then it just go boop. I'm like, that's a caviar bump. That's really what it is. That is.
Oh man, that hit was worthy of a caviar bump.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Well, I
We've
think
only-
definitively on that one. Obviously, an asshole. I would be surprised if
Yeah.
anyone in the world feels otherwise. But
Yeah, and
overall,
if you don't think they're asshole, then you're probably Pedro.
Fair enough. Okay.
Now, one vote. There's always one, right?
Yeah.
So we've only been at this an hour and a half, which is shorter than I expected. So
Mhm.
would you guys like it if I picked one random story for us to do? One last one.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So because thankfully Reddit has a sidebar that shows you related posts and stuff like that. So I just chose a completely random one. 5 days ago, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for calling my 26 male best friend, 26 male, a loser after he tried to embarrass me in front of our girlfriends? And I want to know your guys' stance on this, because for some reason so many bros out there sort of have this mentality of like, oh, I want to try to like emasculate my bro in front of his girlfriend as a way to tease him and stuff like that. Like, I want to know like y'all's stance on that, because I think it's annoying and stupid personally. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
You go first.
It's again, it's kind of where it's coming from. I think the situation will depend on the context there. For the most part, though, it's like I think that there is some degree of everyone wants to have some degree of like alphaness to them. As I like to say, like I think in every relationship in this world, I truly think that there are people who are in the driver's seat and those in the passenger seat. And I think it changes with every relationship. The relationship you have with your partner versus the relationship you have with your friends. Sometimes, hey, in some cases you might be able to swap seats, but I think for the most part with every relationship, you kind of know where people stand. And I think for some people, they cannot stand being in a situation where they're not in the driver's seat. So it doesn't matter if they're with friends or coworkers or peers. If there's it's like, I don't care if you're with your girlfriends or whatever. I have to be the alpha. I have to be the dom. And maybe that is like, maybe that's toxic. Maybe that's, hyper masculine, whatever behavior. But I think for some people, the idea of them not being in the driver's seat or seen as the alpha in these situations is bothersome to them. So they will sometimes extend or overextend themselves to get to that point. So for context, but overall, I think generally it's not the best, But some people, I think it's something they'd have to unlearn more than anything else, because I have a feeling that's something that's been, bred into their thoughts.
Probably.
Yeah.
I could see that. Punk, your thoughts?
Do agree with that. I also agree with like it depends on the context too. I mean, if you're kind of like teasing your bro, like slightly, like okay, cool. But if you're actively trying to just belittle them and make them look like the dumbass in front of your girl or his girl, definitely, then that's kind of an issue, because it's just like, okay, what you're trying to get out of it. So you're trying to again be the alpha male? Are you trying to get his girl too? Like, what's the deal? I guess it depends on like context.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Because I've always had that mindset of like, dog, if your friend is in front of their partner or girlfriend or whatever, in all reality, I'm gonna do my best to make them look cool. Like, I'm gonna, maybe like, I like give them a question or something that they're very knowledgeable about, that they can give a really good answer to, and it's like, God, you're so fucking smart, dude. Like, that's such a good answer. Like, I thank you for answering that and stuff like that. But this whole idea of like, oh, dude, he's here with his girlfriend, I'm gonna make him look dumbass. I'm gonna like whatever. Like, I don't get it. But so let's get into it. Oh, wait.
Breaking news.
Fidget just informed me that Todd in chat says we should make caviar bumps a TikTok gift. And you know what? I couldn't agree more.
That'd be great.
You know what? Yeah. How many coins would that be?
I'm going to say 1,000. I'm going to say that's on par with the Galaxy. 100%.
1,000?
1,000.
Yeah.
1,000.
Okay.
All right. So, context. I have a best friend who I've known since childhood. All right, and for a reminder, both of these characters that are being talked about are 26 years old, so this is a long-standing relationship. We grew up together, went to the same schools, parties, church, extracurriculars, etc. I met the female versions of myself and my best friend 3 years ago. Both of them are 26F. I introduced the other one to my buddy, and we've both been in a very happy relationships with our respective GFs. Huh, okay.
Don't love the phrasing of that. I will say that.
I
off
don't.
the day.
Also, is everyone 26? What kind of cult is this?
Yeah, honestly, what we
you have to be 26 to be here.
What we don't know is that these two best friends are actually twin brothers, and the two women are twin sisters. So they're all from the same church. Yeah.
How about? Well, I am from Utah, so that would pass the credulity test. I'll just say that. So in my lived experience, but yes, please continue.
All right, we literally did everything together. Double dates, hanging out, playing video games all together, going to do fun couple shit, etc., etc., etc. Things started falling apart when my girlfriend and I moved out to our apartment downtown. Things were great in the beginning. They'd come over every weekend, we'd drink and watch movies together. But slowly, I'm not even really sure why. He just started becoming aggressive with me. Like, for example, I'm addicted to a video game. Probably have like 3,000 hours in it. And when I'm not working or doing something with my girlfriend, I'll probably be playing the game. The next time we all hopped on said game... Okay, so it sounds like it's a game they play together. The next time we all hopped on said game, he made fun of me for having no life and still being ass at the game. It wasn't just us in the call. A bunch of our friends and both of our girlfriends were in there. I laughed it off the first few times, but it started spreading into other things I like. I'm a pretty lanky dude, and I'll be honest, I'm not particularly big. My best friend is. He constantly tries to belittle me in group settings by squeezing my biceps and poking fun at how small they are. Oh. Progressively, these things got worse until we finally both exploded, and I called out every one of his flaws. Uh-oh. Okay, so now we have a list of problems with the best friend. The fact that he has no job and has had no desire to look for one in all the years we've been out of school. So they've been out of school for 8 years, and the guy has never once looked for a job. Okay. He most definitely has at least the same amount of hours in the same video game I play, plus all the others that he plays. The fact that I introduced him to his now girlfriend and milks her of all her money, yet still chose to attack me after every time I've held my tongue and put his feelings first. We haven't talked since. His girlfriend called me and apologized on his behalf. It made me even angrier that he didn't have the balls to call me himself. She begged me to talk to him and apologized on his behalf. Oh, wait, no, I just read that. Whoops. She begged me to talk to him and apologize because our situations are different because I'm kicking him while he's down. I told her that he can eat shit and come talk to me face to face, and then maybe we can discuss this. My girlfriend is also asking me to just talk to him to keep the peace. I don't know what to do. I'm really conflicted. He really tried to hurt me, even though all I've ever done is be there for him. I get that you don't fight fire with fire, but I was mad. Am I the asshole? No? You're not the asshole? This is 100%. So. Like, I'm wondering where this stems from. Because, again, like, we don't know the other guy's life. But I'm wondering if there's some form of jealousy of something. Maybe between, like, the two, like, girlfriends or whatever. Maybe he's unsatisfied with his and he's mad and he's trying to belittle his friend or whatever.
I have an idea. Oh yeah,
please go ahead.
I was going to say, you might have the same one, but the fact that they all used to live together and then the friend and the girl moved out and got their own place, I'm wondering if that best friend is jealous that they both moved out. And he thinks that, like, oh, great, like, he's living his life, they're happy, they're doing shit now, and I'm, like, just in the background, and maybe he's trying to, like, just be a douchebag and maybe convince them to come back, or at least the friend.
Yeah.
And that's where it's coming from.
Sort of like an insecurity of, like you guys are off doing your own thing, you're succeeding, and I'm still here with no job doing this, like, kind of thing. Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which
I got
you. When they were all living together. Right. It wasn't as big of an issue. It wasn't as highlighted. But now that they have their own place and they're paying for it and all these other things there, I feel like, what is the point of them trying to be insulting and trying to do it? I think they're trying to bring them down. And to a degree, I think they're trying to bring them back. Oh, you think this life that you have is so good? Well, you're a piece of shit now. And all these other things. Like, it comes from a place of hurt, and I think it comes from a place of a deeply unemotionally unresolved thing of just jealousy. And at the end of the day, like, I think as much as we would like to all think that we're smart and, higher than our better demons or whatever, I think we all have, things of jealousy. I've had bouts of jealousy even since joining this fandom. Like, I think that, we all have moments of just that, kind of overtakes us. And the worst part is that it kind of shows the worst of yourself. But the maturity and the people that you really see that you want to keep around you are the ones that know when to exhibit that and when to hold back. As much as you don't want to, like, hold on to this and have it rot away at you, there's a time and a place for everything. And if you hold something, poisonous or dark in your heart, you can work through it. You can push through it. You can work with a therapist or whatever in trying to get to wherever you need to go. This person just did the most malicious thing they can think of. It's all of a sudden, I thought we were in this together, and now that you're gone, even though I'm with my girlfriend, I feel alone. I don't like that. I need to make you feel alone. I need to make you feel lesser. So it's the kind of thing where, like, this person is an asshole, make no mistake about it too, but unlike some of the other stories where they're just being negligent, narcissistic, or whatever, this is one where I can almost empathize a little bit, because it sucks that this is how they're reacting, but I think it's coming from a place of hurt, and I think that this person is fully lacking the emotional tools that they need to articulate that in any meaningful way. Maybe it's the whole fact that they're straight and they're bros and whatnot, but it's hard to just be like, hey, bro, since you moved out, I've been feeling emotionally inadequate around. Like, those conversations typically don't happen.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of where I feel it's stemming from. Yeah.
Sure. I could absolutely see that. That's obviously a lot better than my whole thing of, like, maybe it's just jealous. He didn't, like, he feels like lesser of the two because of the girlfriends or whatever. But no, that does make a lot more sense, because, like, I can kind of get that to a point. When I was in college with a group of, like, our friends and stuff, it stung a little bit to see, like, I'm in these classes doing this, and I'm not succeeding all that well, and someone else finishes their stuff and they go off, and I know they're doing their own things and all that stuff, and it's just like, man, that kind of sucks to, like, see them succeeding and everything where I'm not, and, like, it never came out in a way of, like, I'm just gonna call you a piece of shit or whatever, but it definitely was like that little bit of a sting is there. And so you're absolutely correct. I think this guy just doesn't have the emotional capability to have that conversation of, like, hey, I'm not actually upset at you. It just sucks to see you guys going off, doing your own things, living your lives, like, succeeding in these places, whereas I'm not. It sucks to see all of this. And when we were living together, it clearly didn't feel that way because we were all in this spot together. But now that we aren't all in this spot together, I feel much more like I'm maybe stuck where I am, and he's whatever. But at the same time, like, it makes me wonder, this also could be a little bit of an unreliable narrator, a little bit of, like, this, he says true, like, the fact that he has no job and has had no desire to look for one in all the years we've been out of school. We don't actually know how true that is. We don't know, like, maybe he has been looking and nothing's popped up, or maybe it's a case of being very, very picky about the kind of job you want, Like, he's like, hey, I do want to look for a job, but I specifically want this field, and I want this kind of a position and stuff like that. So it's not that he's not looking, it's that he's like, I'm not going to work until I find this kind of a job, which is a shitty thing to do, because you need to work to survive, and all of that kind of shit. But I kind of, I don't know. I can't say I get it, because I've done all sorts of jobs in all my life, and it's like, you got to make that money, dude. But yeah, I don't know. That still sucks to blow up a relationship, a friendship that's lasted since your childhood, simply because you feel like you're a little jealous of your friend actually going out and living their life and stuff like that. Like, that's a bummer. That's a huge, huge, like, sad thing. Oh yes, Fidget wants to add something really quick.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I agree with that too. Kind of shitty of OP's girlfriend to say, like, just talk to him to keep the peace. Because, no. And actually, speaking of which, top comment, not the asshole, never keep the peace. Keeping the peace lets the assholes win every time.
Thank you.
And I agree, 100% agree with that. If you talk to them to keep the peace, then that literally gives them an excuse to keep doing it. Like, that is you letting them through the boundary of, like, you can't treat me that way. that is, hey, you treated me this way and it's shitty, but I'm still going to be friends with you. And you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to draw that hard line of like, you need to apologize for your actions. I'm not going to apologize and come back and talk to you. I don't want to be your friend until you sit with me and we figure out what's going on.
Yeah. It sucks too, because I also feel like there's an article I think I read in The Atlantic talking about the different types of friendships that exist in this world, and there's like historical friendships. You used to be friends once and then you come back years later, and sometimes you can slot in, but sometimes you stay friends because you have a sense of obligation. We used to be friends, so therefore we're always. And I don't think that's true. I think that with every relationship you have, it is destined to evolve. I don't think any relationship ever, romantic, friendship, even business, it's never going to be static. And I think a lot of people, you can have a plateau. You can have years where you're locked into a groove or whatever, but things invariably change. We're humans. This is inevitably something that happens. And I think that the most successful ones come from those that are able to adapt to that change. This guy in this situation is very much holding on to something in the past. And like, it's the thing where as these relationships change, I think sometimes you need to have barriers in place, or you need to have boundaries perfectly set. Like, are we friends? Oh, are we more than friends? Oh, we're not actually more than friends. We're just friends. Like, sometimes you have to kind of do that kind of, experimentation or just kind of thing to figure things out. But the worst part with the childhood friendship is that because it had no barriers or boundaries or set definitions back in the day, that's how you think it's always going to be.
Sure.
And later on in life, 20 years later or whatever, like, it's hard to suddenly be that person and be like, well, now here's a barrier. Like, now here's something that we have to clearly define. And that's where I think some of the difficulty is coming in on both sides, truth be told, because you will allow these minor transgressions to start building up and flowing because, well, this is your friend that's happened for the longest time. I've not had to do this before. So
Sure.
that's the tough part of it too. And I kind of like, again, like, and number one, as I think someone in the chat highlighted, for a random story poll, great story. But I think that overall, like, it's just tough, because this one I think is probably the saddest of them all, just because, like, in other instances, clearly defined, this is a very bad situation. This one's just rough because this is someone who is having a very hard time adapting to a changing situation. They've
Sure.
not had to adapt to it. They've been friends forever, and now they're in a position where they have to. And change is hard for a lot of people, and some people are able to acquiesce to it, and other ones are going to be kicking and screaming the whole way. In this instance, the person very much chose the latter.
Yeah. And I mean, I've had a little bit of personal experience with you described it as like a generational friendship, something where like you guys are able to, if you don't see each other for years and years, come back and everything's just the way it was. I have a friend, I've been meaning to reach out to him for a while. I think before my cancer diagnosis, I hadn't seen him in 5 or 6 years, something like that. And then when he found out about, me having the skin cancer, he came right back, came up to the apartment, was hanging out with me. We went outside, sat, had a beer, talked. Literally nothing changed. Like we were still the exact same people, made the exact same jokes, got along exactly the same way we did. And I've been meaning to reach out to him again just to see how he's doing and stuff like that. And then there's other friendships where it's just like, hey, we haven't seen each other for 5 years, let's catch up or whatever. And you are just substantially different people. Like through circumstance or whatever, and all of that changes. And it sucks because I think part of this too is that now that these two best friends have separated, I think there's a fear in this friend that didn't move out and is with his girlfriend. There's a fear that he's like, I'm going to lose my best friend because he's no longer here with me. And that fear is causing a lot of these emotions of like, well, you're just an asshole, you just play this game, whatever. Because he doesn't really know how to handle the idea that, like, yeah, we might drift apart a little bit in this span of moving out and doing our separate things and having these separate lives and everything. And you're absolutely right. Some people are going to be kicking and screaming the whole time that this change is happening and stuff like that. But it's a dog. That's someone's life. Like, that is his life that he is free to live and free to experience and experience change and stuff like that. And you cannot hold them to you and expect them to still be a part of your life all the time when, if the stuff that OP is saying is true, you are stagnating. You are not moving forward with your life. You're not doing stuff like this. They are moving out and doing their own things. That is not a slight on you or anything like that. They still clearly love you. They still want to call you their friend, but they just have things that they want to and need to do. And that means not being a part of this, like, super tight-knit friendship right now. You know,
Right.
it's really up to all 4 people to keep this friendship together, and this person is not doing a good job of that. You know, it sounds like OP is like, they're still coming over on weekends, we're still drinking, we're still having game nights, we're doing all these things. They're trying to keep the friendship alive, and this guy is ruining that. And it's, you know, whether driven by fear of the friendship splitting apart or jealousy of them progressing through life while he's not, we don't really know. But it sucks that this is the reaction he's having. You know, you can't just invite him out, sit down with a beer, and be like, man, it kind of sucks not having you around, and it's sort of highlighted how I'm not doing the things that I want to be doing, and you guys are, and it's a little bit of jealousy and stuff like that, because maybe that's something that they weren't taught to do when they were younger, and to have those talks and stuff.
Right, and the worst part is that, so what would solve it, too, is just being that, I think sometimes the hardest part as people, though, is that when you are in those situations where, like, okay, I'm feeling feelings of jealousy or feelings of inadequacy, you don't want to confess those things, because as much as it would be nice to be blunt and say those things, those are the kind of feelings where, like, if I say this out loud, it will damage the friendship. If I say this out loud, I actually will lose them. Is it the mature thing to actually be upfront and bold with them? Yes, but that kind of relies on the level of trust that you have. And that's really hard to do that, because no one ever wants to admit they're at fault, even in some of those situations, because it hurts, and it is the kind of thing where, like, you very clearly are the one at fault, and it's a sucky feeling to have. But the most mature people will actually bear themselves to you in order to try and get to that point, you know. So, like, I don't think this dude has that emotional reality to try and do that, even though that is exactly what it would take. And I agree, it shouldn't be on original poster to reach out or have apologies via girlfriend or whatever, things like that. If they truly are worth their salt, they'll do it themselves, and that's where the emphasis comes.
Sure. If there's anything that I think OP might want to do, if maybe they don't hear back from this friend in a while, is just, you know, I'm not saying keep the peace or talk to him or anything like that, but just reach out to be like, hey man, what the fuck happened? Like, I don't want to keep the peace. I still want an apology from you, but I need to know what's going on. Like, I need to know whether you are worth keeping around or not, because this last blow up was huge. Like, we cannot sustain a friendship if that keeps happening. But that is again, like, that is not on OP to do. That is just something I would personally do. Like, I would say, I'm not apologizing. This is on him. And if I don't hear back from a while, I'm going to say, hey, we need to talk about this or we're done. Like, it's still on you to give me an apology. I'm not going to keep the peace, but I would like to know what's going on. Like, we've known each other for so long. Why is this suddenly an issue? Kind of thing, you know? Because
Go ahead.
So sorry. I was going to say, I absolutely fully agree too. Like, you know, I already said it, but like, keeping the peace is just such a shitty thing to do. You are not, it is not on you to keep this abuse going for the sake of keeping this friendship together, when they clearly don't value the friendship enough to treat you well and stuff like that. But yeah, please.
Yeah, that just reminds me. My husband one time was like reading a story on Reddit. It was like an "Am I the asshole" thing of like, it's like there's this someone who back in my school days used to bully me all the time, and I just kind of sat there and take it, and it gave me bad feelings. I didn't feel safe in my town. I moved out. Several years later, I come back and have a kid, and now the same person is trying to be mean to my kid. And my husband, there was the day my husband deleted Reddit because he commented something like, "You should just smack this bitch," and it was like he's like, and then he kind of looked at himself. He's like, "I need to not be on Reddit anymore for a bit." Just like, I fully agree. But like, it's the kind of thing where it's like, again, people will go to extreme lengths to keep the peace because they just don't know how to set those barriers, and that's kind of the hardest part. But you know, real friendships adapt and are worth it. You know, one of my best friends that I knew back in college, we've been friends for over 20 years now, and that's like crazy to me. But also, that is so, I recognize now, is so very much outside the rule, because like friendships, I think, especially in modern day and age, they're hard to maintain. They're hard to last. A lot of people I know, acquaintances in high school, but like, I don't know them super well. I don't know the longest friendship you've had outside, you know, when we're not talking about romantic partners and things, but like, for me, that 120-year friendship is like, that is a miracle. Yep.
Yeah, I've got a buddy that I've known since Middle school. I want to say I was 11 or 12 when I met him. He lives a town over now, and I still keep in contact with him, not super often, but
Nice.
it's the same thing. It's a generational thing. We get together every few months
Mm-hmm.
to a year or whatever, and it's like nothing changed. Like we're still just great friends. He's been with me through a lot of the worst of it all, and just like that shit never goes away. Sorry, that shit doesn't
Yeah.
go away.
I'm gonna say I've had friends since I was 4, and I mean we actually had like a falling out for like 3 years one time, just because we fought over something really fucking dumb, and he came to me. Well, he like wrote me a message. I was like, "Hey, I don't like you did this," or whatever, kind of like gaslighting me a bit, and I was just like, "Well, we can talk about this. This is how I feel." And he was just kind of being like, "Well, I don't think we should be friends anymore." And I literally just said, "Well, if you feel like that, then that's your choice.
Yep.
Okay,
Bet.
have a good life."
Yeah.
And I just was like, if you really want to throw away this long ass friendship, and again, we were like brothers. Like our parents knew each other, our folks. We had Christmases together. We celebrate birthdays together, like deep shit.
Yeah.
And like he wanted to throw away our friendship over some dumb argument. And we didn't speak for 3 years. And I'm just like, and I was just like, okay. And then one day he hit me up and was like, "Hey, I apologize. I was a dumbass." And I'm like, "I forgive you. I was also a dumbass in this." And again, we hang out maybe every other week. Like,
right on.
I mean, he's busy now, but we try to get together to watch a movie every Wednesday if we can, or every month.
Okay,
But,
nice.
but yeah, it's just one of those, like, some friendships are tight and you don't really have to worry, because if both parties understand, it will hold up. And if it doesn't, then all well. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
But
It's not to be all self-promotionally, but that's been one of the nice things about doing I'm definitely not a poppy for a podcast, is that sometimes when we're reaching out to people, like some of these people are so well established in the fandom, but Punk knew them, used to room with them, used to like, party with them, and so like a lot of times it's like we're kind of reaching out to people that like he's been meaning to keep in touch with in the first place, and it's just been cool because it's not just your connections, it's the fact that you known these people in such a great way, and it's, I don't know, it's been really cool to kind of just lock into a conversation. And in some cases, I don't know how you feel, but I feel like sometimes we're kind of able to pick up a little bit where you left off a little bit. It's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I always feel bad because, again, the more people you know over time is it's harder to keep in touch with everyone, and but you can't be there for everyone. Otherwise, it's just like you're constantly just doing the social game.
Sure.
And everyone has so many different lives. I mean, I have like multiple friend groups, like from Michigan. I have friend groups from New York. I have new friend groups here in VR. And it's just so difficult to keep up with everyone. And again, some people are like, "Oh, hey, bro, like I haven't seen you in like 10 years. Let's fucking catch up." And other people get kind of pissy that you haven't kept in touch. And it's just kind of like, bro, I'm sorry, but like, again, like if they don't reach out to me, I feel like they don't want to talk to me, so I don't reach out to them. Or I've tried to, and I get like a one-word response. I'm like,
one time, that's all it takes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get like the vibe. It's just like, okay, well, I guess you're busy, and like hit me up whenever, and that could be in a week or it could be in like 5 years. But
sure.
Like I tell people I'm here, just hit me up.
Yeah. I think I saw an article the other day talking about like the human mind was not meant for the way reality is, with all of these like notifications and friend groups and like multiple crises we have. Like evolutionarily, if you're feeling stressed and lonely to the max, that is because we are actually not designed for the insanity that we're dealing with right now. So give yourself a little bit of a break on that too. With that said, the original poster's friend is still an asshole. I'll go back to the original point.
100%.
As much
absolutely.
as I'm sympathetic, still an asshole. Yeah.
I think that was the first. Actually, no. I'm pretty sure all 4 of those were not the assholes by the original posters. So we had a streak of 4. Like you were not the asshole, the other person was the asshole. So hey, good streak of not the assholes, everybody.
Good job, humanity-ish.
Yeah, ish. Once in a while, they sometimes do good things. But okay, we've been at this basically exactly 2 hours. And that was 5 stories. So thank you two so much for being
Of
here. I
course.
appreciate the hell out of you two.
Yeah, of course.
If you guys want to see more of Sod and Punk, these two are the lovely hosts of the Definitely Not a Popular podcast, as well as they do their own TikTok streams out there all the time. Sod, you stream not super often, but you do your streams and you hang out and stuff.
Mondays and Tuesdays, whenever I can, in the evening. Yeah.
Yeah, and Punk, you do you have a set stream schedule, or are you just kind of like whenever you feel like it?
Pretty much like I'm off on Mondays, but any other day, somewhat
Okay.
in the afternoons, sometimes at night, usually at nights.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. With that,
and we also have
everyone.
Miss Furry too.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
check out
right.
that.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
with
You guys do
Friday.
the Mist Furry Science Theater 3000 on every Friday
Mhm.
now, Friday evening.
Well, every
Every other
2 Fridays,
roughly.
like
Other
every
Friday, gotcha.
pretty much.
Gotcha,
If you
gotcha.
want a good entry episode, check out the one we did with Tylon Belmont. That one was pretty
Yeah.
iconic. We learned about his love of Microsoft Home pretty intimately. It was pretty great. So,
I have a script started for that, and literally every time I open the Wikipedia page for Microsoft Home to start doing that research, I don't have a panic attack. I just get
Red.
angry. I do. I look at it and I'm just like, this is so stupid. This is fucking maddening. I'm going back to writing the Ragdoll and the Resident Evil scripts now. Fuck this.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thank you for having us, buddy. It's been a delight.
Yes.
We would
Yeah.
absolutely come back again. It's
Of
incredible.
course. Are either of you going
Yeah.
to see Pants' birthday thing tonight?
Probably, maybe.
I don't think
may-
so. Depending on
I
when
don't know.
it's
Depends on
running.
what
We'll
time.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I know he said
Depends on
6
how long.
p.m. 6 p.m. PST, so in like 2.5 hours?
I will not be
So,
there. I have another commitment for that. But outside,
Fair.
Yes.
yeah.
All
We
right.
love you, C-Pants, and we love you, Tylon, and we love you especially, Fidget.
Yes.
Fidget, who's killing it in the streams lately.
Aw. Fidget does the
Yeah.
absolute best. Everybody thank Fidget for curating these stories, for keeping chat
Yeah.
safe and moderating a wonderful community. They're right next to me, so I can just say I love you and you're my favorite and you're the best.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Party popper for Fidget. There we go. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But okay. With that, I'm gonna hit end live. I appreciate all of you. We will be doing this again somewhat soon. I think the theme for this next one is going to be am I overreacting? Potentially. So lots
Ooh.
of stories of people potentially overreacting at things and stuff like that. We will see how that goes. I am still deciding who the next 2 guests are going to be. I have a few ideas in mind, but we'll see. But yeah,
Ooh.
love you guys. I hope you all have a good one. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Bye everyone.
Hey, bye.
Bye.